develop a strategy to win their affection.
Okay, it sounds like my playing time is based on what? If I can make the fans like me or not?
I know, it's ridiculous.
Early, love to see it.
Just doing my job, Coach.
Humble and hardworking. So obviously you've seen one of these before. Nothing too unusual. Now, I know you're anxious to find out how you're going to fit into the rotation.
Coach, man.
Good. Now look, right now, based on what I get it, 100%. Honestly, I'd be concerned.
NBA 2K23 is turning back the clock in a big way with the return of the Jordan Challenge.
15 of the most legendary games of Michael Jordan's career have been painstakingly recreated. Put it down!
On the floor for the visiting Dallas Mavericks, at shooting guard, Tim Hardaway Jr. Let's meet the starters for your Phoenix Suns.
Welcome, everybody. It's open.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, NBA debuts are always on.
I can see that. Thanks, David. Sounds like MP already has some critics.
Yeah, but I think that'll help MP. Fuel it.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Up front, it's Finney Smith at the 4. With
substitution on the floor.
These players, like us, looked like they were itching to get this game underway.
Oh, man, all the preparation, the training camp, the taping, the icing, the stretching, the coaching. Let's get it going. Guys are ready to start this long marathon, and we'll see who can come out on top.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And, Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Saric against McGee. Here's Payne. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
For 3. The offensive rebound. And it's put back in by Powell.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Payne with the bounce pass. Lee kicks to Craig. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
Mavericks ball.
.106 left to play here in the first. MP looking around. The 3 traps in the tray.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
Lee outside. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first. Payne kicks to Craig. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lee. It's rebounded by Dallas. This, of course, their first time matched up with the Suns.
And facing a squad that poses some challenges. I mean, they beat them in the playoffs, but lost the regular season series.
Stewart down low. Payne covering. Dallas shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
And so Stewart nails both of them. Payne with it. Shoots over McGee. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Campaign has gotten this reputation, and it's well earned as a professional, just able to come in the game, ready when called upon. He's going to impact on both ends of the floor what's being done out there, and that effort level, that has kept him around.
Payne hits them both.
a great player on a great role at the charity stripe, the D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
It's been all about Cameron Johnson for the Suns. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. Back right after this.
Phoenix, get on your feet and give a warm welcome.
And for the substitution here for Phoenix. Saric is checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Johnson comes in for Jay Crowder. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Bridges. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. The lead now in single digits. Stewart's got 7 points in the game. Phoenix leading by 9. Saric and Johnson are on the block. The backcourt pair for him. It's Payne and Booker. And it's Craig, and it's a 3-set. Who's out there for Phoenix?
As a young, dynamic scorer, Devin Booker knows how to get his way against most defenders in the league.
The Suns have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws. Man, Devin Booker is a true shooter. A walking bucket, always ready to let it fly.
And the proof is right there in the numbers, Greg. I mean, 2 seasons in a row, he's been top 10 in field goal attempts. So he knows how, when, and where to get that ball up.
A 3-ball. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
MP outside. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Doesn't go for him. The Suns shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Pass to Payne. There's the triple. Mavericks with the rebound. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Powell dishes to McGee. Passes to Stewart. 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. No good on that one. Good D by Booker. And here is Craig. From about 16, buries the jump shot. 17 points in the game.
Such a capable scorer from the mid-range. He just knows how to make that work for him.
A dominating first half.
Your Suns, 60. The Mavericks, 44.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a
substitution on the
with
court.
a completely new group on the floor. And the Mavericks with possession here, down by 12. The shot by Stewart with no one around. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
On the court for the Mavericks. You got Maxi Kleber. He's out there with JaVale McGee. MP is out there with Green. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1 spot.
I like the effort there from Saric on the jumper. Sees the defender, but still sticks with it.
Now, Greg, a disappointing ending to the playoffs last season. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that about does it for the first game of...
tough loss tonight, MP. I'm sure that's not how you wanted to. There were a lot of media outlets in the preseason that made a big deal of
community. Community is everything to me. So
okay, I will let him know.
What up?
MP, come on in.
Okay, Freddie made it seem like I had to do a bunch of PR stuff just to get my...
Sounds good, Jerry. Yeah.
It's stunning to watch the way that the Jordan Challenge is presented, from the graphics on the score bug to the video filters of each time period. Plus, there are so many amazing facts and stories that have been preserved here. It's like interacting with a Michael Jordan museum.
He got 60 that night. He got 60.
Obviously, this is the type of game the fans really get up for. So do we. And the players as well.
Yeah, we all can't wait.
Completely new group here for the Mavericks. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. On the court for the Grizzlies, we've got Brandon Clark. Tyus Jones is out there with John Conchar. Then it's Xavier Tillman, and it's Williams in at the three.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Pass to Conchar.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Dinwiddie against Jones. Down low. Here's Williams. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Stewart, the pass to Kleba. Count it.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Already ahead by double digits, trying to run away and not look back.
Yeah, and we hear this a lot about the Grizzlies, but it bears repeating. There's probably no team in the NBA that has more reason for optimism than Memphis.
Pass to Konchar from downtown. Connects from downtown. Konchar's got 5 now.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Stewart. Oh, hammer it home.
That hurt.
And talking about MP, what a college career he had. Just fantastic in school, a star on many levels.
MP playing 3 years before coming to the NBA. That is rare these days, but I think it was great for his overall development. Of course, it helps winning a title in school.
6 on the shot clock. Pass to Konchar. It's tipped, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
The Mavericks leading. 30. 6 seconds left to play in the first. Stewart against Jones. Stewart, the pass to Kleber. Back to Stewart. Now here's Kleber. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Pass to Stewart. Another shot. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for the Mavericks. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this checked in for Dallas. Stewart comes in for Dinwiddie, and Memphis also making a switch. Tillman's checked in for Adams. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Dwight Powell out there with Christian Wood. Then it's Tim Hardaway. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Stewart in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
To the paint. Here's Doncic. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Dylan Brooks.
And this team's offensive catalyst, Doncic puts pressure on the defense every possession.
Taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And you look at the intangibles of Luka Doncic. He has some of the best court awareness in the league, and that shows up most with his passing and body control.
McGee, he's checked in for Dallas. Kleber comes in for Powell. And he said, and the way Doncic can feel the defenders around him speaks to his great court sense, Grant.
No question. And the elite footwork he has makes the most of it. I mean, one of the best at shielding defenders with his body. It's really how he can navigate through a defense with ease.
Pass to Jones. Up and over Doncic. Clark. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those balls.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Well, Luka Doncic, an all-star from his second season, and every year he's one of the favorites for MVP. But Luka says, quote, I still haven't won anything, so I've got a long way to go. Brian, if you didn't catch it, team success is the metric. He says the key is to win a championship.
Well, he certainly gives him a chance to do just that, Allie. Thank you. And this Mavericks team, Grant, they are loaded up on shooters who can hurt you from outside.
And that's the way they should be. For force teams to spread out and give Luka space. And when the Mavs get hot from outside, they are dangerous.
Williams is checked in for Bane. Here's Conchar. Stewart defends. Pass to Tillman. The kick out to Williams. 4 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. That one no good. And it's Dallas the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Phoenix.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
Pass to Conchar. Got a piece of it. And here comes the break. Here's Stewart. And finished off by Stewart.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Here's Williams. Clark right side. Outside Jones. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul of the game.
And that's 2 off trips in a row, resulting in turnovers.
Here's Stewart. Drives to the hoop. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Jones. To the inside. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Jones.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Over and back.
Substitution on the court.
12 seconds left in the first half. Here's Morant. Driving to the basket. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
You have to respect Ja's burst on the drive. So dangerous with the ball in his hands.
The free throw drops for Morant. And Morant drops them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
He got it up. Ooh, he released it in time, but it's... And so that brings the first half to a close. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 14. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Well, Smitty, great teams have a plan B when the plan A fails.
Well, B.A., a part of it is coaching, but it's also about having the talent to win more than one way. Also, it's about ad-libbing and being able to change on the fly.
On the court for the Grizzlies, Brooks and Jackson, the defensive forward pair. Morant and Bane in the backcourt together. And it's Adams in at the center position. And Bane drops them both.
And some will remember that Desmond Bane was the last pick in the first round in the 2020 draft, which is something he has used as motivation over the years.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Outstanding dribble drive. And that replay was brought to you by Mobile One.
They're taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay.
Jackson finds Bane. No good with the triple. You know, it's clear now that teams are kicking themselves for not picking Bane earlier in the draft.
B.A., the reason why he's proven that he can be a huge part of the rotation. A lights-out three-point shooter and rugged defender. A player any team would love to have.
Here's Brooks. It's blocked. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession.
Memphis ball.
And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
Mavericks. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Dallas.
They are making it rain from the three-point land right now. And the coaching staff continues to encourage them to let it fly.
And also, guys, great job hitting their free throws tonight, too. Taking advantage of those freebies makes a huge difference.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., a valuable offensive weapon, even if he's a bit of a volume shooter, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, his efficiency has never been a selling point. But he consistently will fill up the box score and always willing to shoot and can create for himself.
Davis Bertans is out there with Tim Hardaway. Then there's Maxi Kleber, and it's Stewart in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. A unique talent. Ja Morant has taken the NBA by storm. Grant, does Ja remind you of anyone?
Well, many people, including Paul George, have compared Ja to a young D. Rose. Yet each explosive athletes at the one position. Well, Ja and Rose leading their teams at a young age as well. They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Mavericks.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just two tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Luka Doncic.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Three-pointer Stewart. Here's Bertans. Lays it up and banks it in.
This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
With the ability to beat his defender in a number of ways, Morant is truly a dynamic scorer.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Ja Morant picks one up. The first free throw is good. Stewart hits them both. And so Dallas takes this one by a big margin, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching.
What up, Ash? Press?
Hey, what's MP stand for anyway? Sounds like...
You know what? That's real classy. Why would he even mention me? Ash, not one chair?
I don't do chairs.
So what about your guests? We all just gonna stand, stare at you?
Guests? No. Did you come in here to drag me from my office decor, or do you want to prep for top?
What you got there, Ashley? Huh?
Bunch of hopefuls.
That just comes with the territory, you know? Like, we make a lot of money, and it's all because of those passionate fans out there. Night in and night out, coming into the games and showing their support.
MP, let's stay with the draft for a moment. A big part of the
I mean, look, Shep would be a great track and field player. I mean, all you gotta do is run fast, jump high, and you get a medal. You feel me what I'm saying?
Okay. MP, you know we keep it real on here. I gotta ask
you. Yo, honestly, that's just who he is.
Well, this has been unforgettable, and I'd love to continue this conversation.
If all of that Jordan nostalgia has you wound up, then my NBA eras should be your next stop. Begin the what-if journey of a lifetime with the authentic players, teams, and rules starting in 1983, 1991, 2002, and this coming.
We have just a few games in the books, Brent. What are coaches right now looking for from their team, from their players?
Well, I think you're still trying to figure.
Substitution going with a whole new group out there. On the floor for Dallas. Powell is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's the kid. Then there's Davis Bertans. And it's Dinwiddie in at point.
Really nice touch from Graham.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And a bucket like that one might be just what they need to cut into this lead.
A shot by Stewart with no one around. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. On draft night, many people wondered where MP might land. Greg, do you think he was worthy of that 18th pick?
Well, I was a little surprised to see him go in the first round, but clearly his team believed in him, and the leadership and intangibles he brings are really hard to ignore.
Shot clock at 5. No one covering.
Graham, it's really about him taking these kind of shots within the flow of the offense. That one was in rhythm.
Pass to Bertans. Stewart with it. Powell, the pass to McGee. A second chance effort. It's blocked.
More of this from Larry Nance Jr. rising up and tossing that one away.
Here's Stewart. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt. Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
And the Mavericks call time here. Taking a look at the Pelicans, lots of talent have come through that program over the years, and they're loaded now.
Yeah, they brought in some talent. They've done a good job in the draft and trying to find ways to hold on to these guys, along with having a healthy Zion. All that comes together. It's definitely going to help their chances to be more competitive.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Pelicans trail by 7. And here is Graham. Right wing. Here's Alvarado. Over Kleber. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas? Some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Christian Wood. Bertans comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's the kid in for Dinwiddie. We've got Hayes. He's out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Brandon Ingram's out there with Devontae Green. And it's Alvarado in at the one spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws. And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Pass to Stewart.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
From past the arc. Kept alive. Bertans' shot is good. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Stewart against Graham. Just 5 on the clock. The 8-footer. A shot off that time. Solid defense there from Stewart. Mavericks leading by 6. We've got 1:13 left now here in the second. Here's the 3. And it's Ingram with the rebound. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs, it's all about finding the right fit for the role player.
And that's why this team is willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you can see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
Driving to the basket. Stewart misses. Pelicans trail by 4. 35 seconds left in the first half of the game. Graham gets a wide open look. Valanciunas, and staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 8 here in the quarter. The Maverick shooting has just been outstanding tonight, 56% as a team in this game. Here's Stewart. Fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And doing a really solid job getting that ball inside. Much more of a physical presence here in the second.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Nance comes in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Herbert Jones in for Javonte Green. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
All the officials are all over that one.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good.
At the line for your Pelicans, Jackson Hayes. At the line for 2.
Hayes hits them both. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. Doncic kicks to Stewart. From the arc, buries it from 3-point range. Stewart's got 10 points in the game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. You've got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of a substitution for New Orleans.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Mavericks.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way, too.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got JaVale McGee. Maxi Kleber is out there with Hardy. Then it's the kid, and it's Ntilikina in at the 2 spot.
Testament to the savvy of McCollum. The defender bites on his subtle move. No choice but to foul him.
CJ McCollum.
Second free throw, no good. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Stewart. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you can see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Graham against Stewart. Pass to Daniels. From deep. No good that time. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
They don't even need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Baer.
Skadadadada.